My fellow Davidsonians. In these unprecedented times, we at the Union Board know that art is more important than ever. Times are tough, and we want you to know we're listening. Our think tanks have been working for months on the best way to bring you great art content in the safest way possible. Community is also more important than ever. We know what students value. That's why our comprehensive plan rests on tonight's event, Live Thursday. Now more than ever, we have some great acts for you tonight. First up, we have a very special piece of spoken word poetry from ChiChi. Then an unprecedented vocal performance from Jack Lovelace, followed up by a showcase from Davidson's premier hip-hop dance group, Breakline Urban. And to cap it all off, a soulful show from the lovely Ellie Mackintosh. We at Live Thursday miss you. Welcome home.
I hear my iPhone alarm presets play the bass line to Bed Spring Creeks. A great big yawn and a thud as my feet hit the floor. Brushing teeth, rushing water that Usher spit takes down the drain and decrescendos as birds chirp with the sunrise. Time flies with these birds, so I slip on shirt, slap on shoes, and scribble on planner with today's to-dos. The bag zips. The door shuts, and 5-6 footstep rhythms bridge me from stairwell echoes into the chorus of campus here Yetis, filled with caffeine combinations, clink in coordination with keys, jingling to the beat of tired toes and heavy loads, comprised of textbooks and paper shuffling like Spotify inside the backpacks of people all marching into another day, another week, another experience in the concrete jungle. On the way to this jungle, I hear a lot of things. Along with this chorus, I hear squawk of gossip, crack of inside jokes, roar of laughter, references divines that even Tarzan can't swing on, grassroots efforts with ends towards politicking, debates about what should come first or last night's record-breaking statistics, class questions about the exams that they barely passed. I brush past tens of people like me. Past tens of people all carrying past tense sound bites that found airtime in their present tenses. You could call it an audible tenseness. One that kept presenting itself in our attempts to pretend that, hey, how are you? Followed by one-word answers aren't just our first line of defenses, a set of self-defenses, erected like a forest of wooden fences that stops any light from getting into the canopy no one sees. No one sees that what was said in the past really extends to our present and future tenses. Here in the jungle, our struggles, worries, and hurt over time get condensed, packed and filed away so we can camp out alone in these tents. But on the inside, I am scared senseless by the words that have been spoken over me. Predation teaches me to hide under false pretenses, to pitch a tent in a foundation that only drives stakes into my humanity. Meanwhile, the man in me is restless as the voices of his past only intensify in the night. The voices use darkness as their microphone. And the campfire I built does little more than create spotlight for their show. They grab my attention by repeating the verses I've already memorized. It's their catchy jingle that sticks and stones and breaks through more than bone, with an earthquake of phrases that shatters through my faulted confidence, with words that whip around like a whirlwind and rattle the prison bars that hold this caged bird until he sings karaoke to lyrics that remind him of his inadequacy, of his inability, that the confines of gravity are his new reality. But in actuality, there is a voice through all the noise that he wishes he would have heard a lot sooner. Because when I zero into that still small voice, I hear the synchronization of civilization drowned out by the symphony of creation, elegant instances of birds, bees, and crawling things joining to moan, and Pumbaa to sing Hakuna Matata to the Lion King, and it's a beautiful scene as my anxiety shrinks and God's promises ring loud enough to break into my circle of life with a broadcast of better tunes than the voices that I've been giving aux-cord privileges to. And the Lion's philosophy, it's not problem-free. But the grace, the hope, the love, the wisdom in his words are enough to get me through the day. God welcomes you and I to his podcast. And he asks that in the hustle and bustle that we take out some headphones, AirPods if you got it like that, and hit play.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You'll cry in your tea, wish you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. It's so sad. Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall, and we have seen each other through it all. But when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of They say our love is fading, and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever. Ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'm gone back. So don't throw away this thing we had. When push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family, just to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da 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 da
I said I'm moving like a soldier move. My bitch is unapproachable. When I shoot my Uzi, man, I do that little shoulder move. Break it down. Make it sound. Ooh, make Said I'm moving like a soldier move. My bitch is unapproachable. When I shoot my Uzi, man, I do that little shoulder move. Yo, bitch ain't gon' fuck with you. She stopped because I told her to. Niggas look like income tax. Can't wait to get a hold of you. Yellow dress, who is you? Holla back. Brought her hair over black. Send her back over bull.
Hello. I don't even know what to say. I'm Ellie Mackintosh. I'm a senior. I'm a chemistry major. And for this live Thursday, I'm going to be playing two songs, I think. A couple, maybe one. I don't know, songs I've written. And this has been a committed journey. We've already broken one keyboard over on the table. So we're trying our best here. So now we have another keyboard. Shout out to Allie Harville for coming through at 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, so the first song I'm going to be playing is the songs I wrote. Are songs I wrote in quarantine. And they're songs about... They're breakup songs, but they're not angry breakup songs. They're about the sadness and heartache that comes along when two people who love each other very much end up splitting apart, and the tragedy and the heaviness there. So it's not super happy, but I hope you like it. And yeah, cool. So this first one is called Maybe in the Morning. I write love songs, I'm a hopeless romantic. But I'm not a fool and I never expected us to end the way we did. I like roses for Valentine's Day, but I'd never let them get in the way of the garden I am growing on my own. But in spite of it all, it's still tearing me up that I gave you my all and it wasn't enough, and I miss you, darling, I do. So tonight I'll lie in bed and cry with teardrops in my eyes. I'll see the future that much clearer then, and I'll try to tell your heart goodbye. And maybe in the morning the sunrise will feel true. But tonight I'll cry and think of you. I'm sentimental and sensitive too, but I've always valued the logical view, so I never took you for granted. And I wish I could say you take all of the blame, but I've come to learn we live in shades of gray, so I'm sorry for my part inside this pain. 'Cause in spite of it all, it's still tearing me up that you gave me your all and it wasn't enough, and I miss you, darling, I do. So tonight I'll lie in bed and cry with teardrops in my eyes. I'll see the future that much clearer then, and I'll try to tell your heart goodbye. And maybe in the morning the sunrise will feel true. But tonight 'Cause in spite of it all, it's still tearing me up that we gave it our all, and it wasn't enough, and I miss you. Darling, I miss you. I do. Hello. The second song I'm going to be doing is called Simplicity. But before I do that, I need to say thank you to the glorious Rebecca Bass for videotaping me at 10:30 p.m. So, yes, and Laura Auberry for sitting here and providing the moral support. Anyway, cool. Yes, so my second song is Simplicity. I wish I could say, darling, let's run away. Don't worry what people will think about us. I wish I could tell you it's all in your head, but the voices I'm hearing, they whisper instead that it's more complicated than simply me loving you. You say you have plans, but I've got them too. And I won't be the sacrifice in your sweet story. I can't help but wonder what you'd give up for me. It's not that simple, it's not that easy. I say that I love you, you say that you love me, yet here we are standing with heartache between. 'Cause it's not as simple as needing to, wanting to. It's not as easy as waking up, choosing you. I never thought that I was very brave, but the hardest thing I did was walking away. Simplicity for the heartbreak that they call vulnerability. All that I told you, all I said was true. When I look in the mirror now, I'm looking for you. There are traces of you in the way that I speak, and when I see your picture, it gets hard to breathe. Deep down I think that this was right for me. Sometimes I wake up and I feel so lonely. It's not that simple, it's not that easy. I say that I love you, you say that you love me, yet here we are standing with heartache between. 'Cause it's not as simple as needing to, wanting to. It's not as easy as waking up, choosing you. I never thought that I was very brave, but the hardest thing I did was walking away. I don't know what it is, I just know what it isn't, and I'm not a fool. Yeah, I know I'm complicit, I take it all back just to give it one last try, one last try, one last goodbye. But it's not that simple. And I forgot to say this earlier, but a big thanks to Raul for putting this together and making it happen during such a wild time. Thank you.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber, you better move. You better dance. It's going down. Oh, shh. Thanks for watching. We're gonna have more great acts for you next week. In these unprecedented times. Thank you.